Well, I think today a little bit of an update is kind of overdue. It's almost 5 p.m. Well, about 1:45. I have, I think, around 28 kilometers in so far for the day. I'd like to do a little bit more. That'll help position me for the day after tomorrow for my entry into Owen Sound, my resupply there and so on. And that's the first kind of major center that I've come across in probably, well, 3 weeks. So I'm hoping to be able to do something about my battery pack and electronics there too. So I need a little bit of time in there to get all that stuff done. Today goes well. Just a little challenging section right here, rocky, but it's okay. It's been overall a good day. I met a really interesting character. His name's Nicholas from Ottawa, and he's doing a large section of the Bruce Trail northbound. He's doing it probably, I don't know, 25-30% of the Bruce Trail. Him and his 6-year-old dog. Can't tell you the dog's name. But he said she was a female, and he says she likes to lay down at every opportunity and go to sleep. But I think they're having a wonderful adventure. He said his average daily is 30 to 35 kilometers, so he's obviously faster than me, but he's also much younger. He's about early 30s, if that. Late 20s, early 30s. Young guy. So that really is about it so far for today's update. Everything's going well. It's day 42. We have gone over 1,100 kilometers on trail now. In fact, right now we're going to be somewhere around, what was it, 25? Somewhere around 1,103 kilometers on trail. So that in itself is pretty good. And it also is the longest through hike to date that I've done, plus the miles, kilometers keep growing, and we've still got a long way to go yet. What have we got to go? Well, once we get to our resupply point in Owen Sound, from there to Tobermory is 250. So from there, roughly, to Queenston Heights Park is about 650. And right now, we have about 50, I think 54 kilometers to get to that point in Owen Sound, which means we have right at this moment a total, give or take now, of about 704 kilometers to the Queenston Heights Park. This being day 7, and my average for the through hike is 35 days, that works out just about right at another 28 days to go. We'll see how it all works out. Oh my, this is a very beautiful forest. I do like walking through the forests also. I know we've talked about the country roads, which I absolutely love, the little gravel country kind of lanes and roads, and the back roads of Ontario. I just love those. But there's an awful lot to be said for a beautiful forest like where we are right now. And it is beautiful. There's no doubt about that. Right here, a blue blaze tells us we're on a side trail. And right here was my home for the night. Beautiful little spot. Surrounded by trees. There's a field over there. Just fine. I just came in onto this side trail from the main trail. The main trail is just a few feet ahead of us. But I noticed this little spot, this area, last night at about 6:30ish. It was trying to get a little late. I was trying to get hungry, really tired. And I believe it's called the Don Richardson. What's it called? Don Richards Side Trail. So it's right down there where we spent the night. Right here, the Bruce Trail. Okay. Well, once again, I should have checked my battery because the battery went dead. So what I was about to say is, I think there's been some rerouting through here of the actual Bruce. Only because the map edition I am using right now, after the app died, is map edition number 29, and they have recently released a map edition 30. And it doesn't quite correspond where I actually am right this minute to map 29, and there's no mention of the Don Richards side trail, or Richardson side trail. So I think there has been some rerouting. But anyhow, I've also no idea why I did not charge that GoPro battery last night. I am having problems, as you may know now, with my battery pack. And oddly enough, somebody not long ago, in fact just a week or so ago on trail, asked me about my electronics and so on. How do I keep my batteries charged? Because I do probably use a lot, vlogging, recording all the videos and so on, which is true. So once I get this hike done, I get back home, I am going to do a video on the electronics I use. The cameras, the cables, the wall chargers, the battery packs, SD cards, everything. Everything to do with my electronics and recording my videos. How I do it, how I manage my power, and so on. So that could be quite an interesting video. So that is going to be an upcoming video, so keep an eye out for that one. Yeah. Whew. Day 43. Yesterday was 30.9 kilometers. So it was a good solid day out of Wyerton, pushing towards Owen Sound. We're looking for something along the same lines, a 30-kilometer day today too. And then tomorrow, excuse me, tomorrow afternoon, we will arrive in Owen Sound. And there I do hope to pick up another battery pack. We'll see how we make out with that. Hey, good morning everybody. Jasper here. As I said, day 43 of our Bruce Trail yo-yo. Man, I think it's September the, gosh, I'm going to say 21st. But it might not be quite right, but I think it's the 21st of September. Ooh, rocky this morning. Watch where I'm putting my feet. So yeah, day 43 has begun. Oh, what do we got here? A sign. What does that sign say? Let's have a look. Well, it's got a picture of a bear on it, and it says caution. Oh, caution, bear in area. Well, that's like 200 or 300 yards or whatever it is from where we spent the night. Well, golly. I wonder if I'd have spent the night right here if I'd have seen that sign. Well, you know what? I would have. Tell you why real quick. First of all, we're dealing again, I've said this before, with black bears, not grizzlies. Secondly, 9 times out of 10, a black bear really doesn't want to have anything to do with you. He doesn't want to be your buddy. He doesn't want to go out dancing or sit and have a beer with you. He just likes to go on about his own business and give you lots of wide space. And generally speaking, people do that too with bears. So there are circumstances when a black bear may be aggressive with you, but it's rare. And if you practice good food management in bear territory, which we are in right now, then generally with a black bear, there shouldn't be an issue. Generally speaking, that is. Okay, let's go. As fall rapidly approaches, you know what, in fact, I think it's arrived. Today is September the 21st. Is this today the first day of fall? But anyhow, we're starting to see some absolutely beautiful Ontario fall colors. Amazing. The trail, one of my favorite little parts of the trail, those gravel country roads. This isn't particularly a long one. Obviously, we've been down here before. But it is nice. And it takes you up past a farmhouse. I had just had the opportunity to talk to the farm lady of the house. Oh, there's a bull in the field. I think it's a bull. Oh, and some cows. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Cows. Okay. What an absolutely beautiful morning. Oh, that's not a bull, that's a cow. What do I know? The birds and the bees, I suppose. Yeah, gorgeous location. The lady was telling me her husband and his family have owned this farm forever, if you will. She married the gentleman 20 years ago. She's been here, or came here. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful location. Now, today, everybody, is all about positioning. And what that really means is, whenever a through hiker is going into a town, a resupply facility of some kind, an accommodation, a hostel, motel, whatever it might be, over a day or two before, the hiker hikes to position himself for entry to, let's say, the specific town. So what that means for me, well, when I left Wyerton, which was the nearest town behind me, a couple of days ago now, I knew that in 3 days I would be entering into the town of Owen Sound. I would be getting my motel there, hot bath, shower, all those things, charge my batteries. Well, in this case, I need to replace my battery pack and resupply on food. Fine. But I don't want to arrive at my motel or the town at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I need to get there with enough time to make use of the day. Otherwise, it turns into, hey, I now have to take a zero so I can get everything done. I don't particularly want to take the time for a zero or spend the money for a zero. So you position yourself. So in my case, a 30-kilometer day yesterday, a 30-kilometer day today, give or take, a little bit more maybe, leaves me about 20 kilometers or so tomorrow. That means I would arrive in town somewhere in the mid-afternoon. That's okay. It gives me time to check into my motel, take my hot bath, do my laundry, get all my gear charging, and then go into the shopping area and pick up my supplies and items and gear and so on that I need to replace or just buy. So yeah, yesterday and today is all about positioning. And one of the things that's going through a through hiker's mind as he travels throughout the day, his distance, his miles, where he needs to be for the following day. Also, you have to take into account today, where's the water going to be? Where's the overnight shelter going to be? Where am I going to set up camp tonight? Things like that. Is there a possibility that I have a good campsite, a wet campsite, hopefully, within, let's say, 18 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 16 kilometers, 21 kilometers, whatever, to the town that I'm approaching tomorrow, in this case, Owen Sound. That would be great. So all these things are going through the through hiker's mind when it comes to positioning. How many kilometers am I going to do today, and why? Just thought I'd kind of give you that little bit of information about essentially how a through hiker positions himself on the trail and for what reasons. Okay, beautiful trail. Beautiful trail. Each of the 9 sections of the Bruce Trail are kind of overseen, maintained, supervised, if you will, by each particular local club. For instance, right now we are in the Sydenham section. Before that we were in the Peninsula section, and that's where you'll find the northern terminus of the Bruce Trail. You'll find the southern terminus in the Niagara section. But speaking about maintenance, well, primarily blazing. On my northbound through hike, it became very clear, very muddy and wet here. It became very clear very quickly. The Niagara section, they seem to really have a grip on blazing. In fact, by the time I'd reached Tobermory, I was convinced in my mind, and still am, Niagara section, kudos to them. They have the best blazing on the whole Bruce Trail. Other sections, they do fine, don't get me wrong. But Niagara just stand out a little bit more. At the other end of the scale is the ones that are not doing so well. So I'm just going to toss this out there, not to upset anyone. My 2 cents worth, doesn't mean anything. Sydenham section, you guys suck. You really need to get on top of your blazing. I don't know what it is about turn signals on a blaze that you guys just haven't got a grip on. Maybe you just can't afford any white paint. I don't know. But you guys suck, big time. Yeah, sorry. Just the way it is. Just the way it is. Okay. Now I've upset some people, and it wasn't my intention. My intention is to get the Sydenham section group out here and get these trails better marked. I'm not the only one that thinks that. There are other comments that have mentioned the Sydenham section being a little bit too challenging as far as blazing goes. Yes. Now, maybe we just have to use the force. I don't know. Beautiful meadows, my goodness. Take a look. Some fall colors developing in the trees. Just beautiful farm fields. Beautiful meadows. Wow. Absolutely beautiful trail. So right now, I'm walking through the outskirts of Owen Sound. Tomorrow we're going to walk through Owen Sound. Well, not really through Owen Sound. We're going to hike around the parklands of Owen Sound, which is a challenging day hiking through the Palisades. We're going to see English Falls. We saw them on the way up. We're going to see them tomorrow. Right now, I just feel like, you know, I feel like some town food. I'm tired. My legs hurt, my feet hurt. And I just Googled a motel, and there's one about 2 kilometers down the road. And the price is good at $79. I think it was $79 or $74. And I thought, I'm gonna take it. So right this second, I'm right now at this point, just came off trail at the intersection behind me on Summers Street, I guess it is. So this is where I'll come back to in the morning to carry on. Continuous steps on trail, must be. But tonight, I'm gonna go get a motel. I'm gonna get myself maybe a pizza or something. Just take a bath, soak my feet. And I'm gonna do that. I don't want to spend the money, but I'm gonna do it just because I want to. Yeah. So hey, Jasper here, pushing hard. Day number 44, September the 22nd. And I believe I'm about 1,146 kilometers into this yo-yo of the Bruce Trail. We have a shorter day today, but a challenging day today. Entering into the city, the town, the community of Owen Sound. We passed the major, and we're heading southbound, so we passed the major highway. I think it's 21. We crossed that, past Jones Falls and so on, and we are now entering into, I don't know, I'm just going to call it the Palisades because I've heard part of this parkland, if you will, referred to as a Palisades. Rocky, challenging, ups and downs, crevices, narrow spaces, pretty much everything that you really don't want on a trail. But it's all here, all in the Palisades today. Tonight is a motel night. It's a resupply afternoon, and we're looking to pick up a couple of new items in our electronic gear, which we're now without, such as a battery pack. The battery pack did die and was discarded yesterday. It's no longer accepting a charge. It's not the cable. The cable works fine on everything else. It just doesn't, just not the battery pack. Making great progress. Oh, by the way, good morning everybody. It's Jasper here. And welcome to my channel. Thank you so much, so very much indeed, for joining me, for accompanying me on this 1900 kilometer yo-yo hike of the Bruce Trail here in Ontario. And as I said earlier, this is day number 44. So we are getting there, bit by bit, step by step, day by day. We're certainly getting there. I would say, give or take, somewhere between around 3.5 weeks of hiking left to accomplish this particular hike. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 4 weeks to reach the southern terminus in Niagara from where we are right now. But Owen Sound is a major kind of location on the way south or north. So hey, we'll definitely take it, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, like I said, challenging day, no doubt about it. And also butane. I may need to be picking up butane. I do have some butane in a supply box, but I'm, due to, I guess, technical difficulties, we'll call it, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually connect and be able to get that supply box. So that could be a bit of a problem, because there's very little, if any, butane on this particular hike. You have to start off with, and kind of having resupply boxes, your butane, buying it in stores along this particular trail is extremely difficult. Anyhow, nothing much I can do about that. Okay, let's take a look at the trail this morning. Pretty right here. Ooh. Down there, my goodness, awful lot of deep, dark crevices. Certainly wouldn't want to be down there if you could help it. Caves. Wow. Look down there. More crevices and caves. Okay. Big old porcupine in here, and there he goes. Look, there he is. Can you see him through the trees? Off he goes. Okay. Once again, we pass English Falls. Doesn't seem, well, you know what, it does. It actually seems like almost a lifetime ago when we passed English Falls on our northbound leg of this yo-yo. Today, on our southbound leg, we're passing the falls again. And in all truthfulness, I was going to say it doesn't seem like only yesterday, but no, that's not true. It actually feels like it was a lifetime ago. Oh well. Beautiful down there. Wow. So it took me about 5 hours to go through the whole park area from one side of Owen Sound to the other, and then you just come right out. There's a nice tower. Wow, the Centennial Tower, historic Owen Sound. And of course, we did look at that on our northbound leg. But then once we come to the other side, so now we're on the southeast side of Owen Sound. And again, it took me 5 hours to cross that parkland, the Palisades and so on. We come out to a busy highway. The trail continues right across the road, actually right where it looks like that big truck is wanting to turn. But we're not going to follow that. Not right now, we will in the morning. But down here, just a little ways, on the right, not far, a few hundred meters, is our accommodation for the night. Now this is one busy highway, as you can see. And a little scary and dangerous, as maybe you can see. But in the distance on the right, you'll see Owen Sound Inn, blue and yellow sign. That is where we are staying this evening. A little early to check in, but they might let me check in. If not, I'll ask if they'll let me leave my pack in the lobby and going about my resupplying, getting an SD card, getting a new battery pack, and so on. Oh boy, yeah, this is going to be a busy road to cross, but go a little further down here and we should be just fine. Hey, talk to you in a little bit. Well, we made it across that highway in one piece. I've stayed here 2 or 3 times now hiking, and I've always had an upstairs room. I don't know about this time. Either way, I don't think it matters. But let's just go on inside and let's see what they say.